Hey, Craig, you've had a long, winding road in the Cal program, working through injuries, coming in not particularly highly recruited, but having a lot of success. Um, does the big game give you a little bit of time to reflect on your experience, or is that something you're reserving for after the season?
Nah, definitely. Especially since this is my last big game and last home game at Cal, I think it definitely will hit me once we step on the field on Saturday and knowing like this is the last time I'm going to be playing here. Just this whole week, I've just been reflecting on my whole time here at Cal, and it's been an amazing experience, especially like with Stanford. Everybody knows the rivalry between us, and I think that it's just like for me, I definitely, want to go down in history and be one of those big game, heroes at the end of the day. So I think that, this is just a game that's not like just any other game, but it's one that, we're going to prepare extra hard this week and even more be detailed and focused and intentional with everything we're doing.
Is the fact that they had a big win over a good Louisville team kind of up the stakes a little bit,
Um,
knowing that any team can go out there and put together a good game and beat any other team that's out on the field.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely true. Like anybody can lose on any given Saturday, but I think with them beating Louisville, I don't think that like changes the way we prepare for them this week. I think that we still feel the same way about them as we did any other week. We're coming out Saturday to dominate them and show them, who's the bigger person at the end of the day. Like, we are the team in the Bay that everybody's going to respect and is going to, cheer for. So I think that with them being Louisville, it doesn't change anything. I think that just makes us, even more show them that, y'all the little dogs and we the bears. You know what I'm saying? So that's it.
With half the roster being guys that have never played in a big game before, what are you personally doing to make sure they know how important this game is?
Yeah, TB is asking us to kind of share our experience of what the big game means to all the veterans in the DB group this week. I think for me, it just means a lot. Like I remember back in 2021, whenever we had played Stanford and I couldn't play, I was hurt, and I think just like with everybody storming the field, and then like everybody just walking past me and stuff, like it just felt like I was nothing, in that moment. And I think I remember that moment vividly because it's like I told myself I never want to feel that way again. And I think that that's why when that Stanford game comes up on the schedule, like the last 2 years, it just makes me more like animated because it's like I gotta go hard. I gotta leave my mark on this game, and I gotta show people like I belong here, and I also like we are the Bears. Like, we ain't backing down from nobody. It don't matter how they feel about us or what we feel about them. Like, we finna go dominate. And I think, just for me, like, I just love the atmosphere of this week. Like, everything about it, just animosity, everything. Like, I love it.
You think the new guys are getting that message, or are you seeing them getting fired up?
Oh yeah, they definitely feel it. All of our coaches are on 10 this week already, and it's only Tuesday. So I think everybody feels the urgency of how we got to prepare and practice this week, and just coming in to compete. Like that's the message for this week: compete, 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 and we're gonna win every rep. So when it comes Saturday, like it's a mentality just to go out there and dominate the person on the other side of you.
Matt Reno, Rivals.
You mentioned, kind of come to the end of your career at Cal. As you move on and go to the next stages and then eventually are asked, like, what was it like to be part of this rivalry and what was it like to play in a big game? How are you gonna describe, what you felt when you were part of these games?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them that it was no other game like Stanford week. Just when we win the game, everybody storms the field. Like you got random people telling you that they love you, they're crying in your face. Like that's just something that you don't get with any other game. And I think when I look back at this game, like years to come, like I'm gonna be remembering everything about it. I'm gonna remember the plays that was made, all the times we got to turn up and celebrate with the teammates on the field. Like I remember it all. So I'm gonna just tell people like, man, that game was live. Like that was probably one of the most important games every year, and it really was. So yeah.
I think every player wants to finish their career playing at a high level, playing their best. You had a couple interceptions in recent games, had 7 tackles last week. How do you assess kind of where you're at this point in the year, and what are you maybe focused on as you try and close out things on a strong note?
Yeah, I definitely want to focus on keep getting better in man coverage. I think that's the aspect of my game that I can definitely like work on and improve. Because I think when it comes to like run support and stuff, I think I'm pretty well at that. And then coverage wise, in regards to just like zone coverage and stuff, I think I'm well. But man coverage is definitely something I want to work on. But also, I mean, that's just the message, just to get better, every day as I go out there on the practice field. And I think just being a leader for my teammates as well and showing them like, after I'm gone, like a lot of veterans are gone after this year for the DB. So I think we're just trying to keep setting the standard for the younger guys.
I was asking Coach Sermon about this, and obviously in these types of games, you've been through them before. It feels like anything can happen. You kind of have to be prepared for everything.
Yeah.
How much has that been kind of the message from you guys to younger players, and maybe even from the staff to you guys?
Yeah, they're definitely going to come out with some stuff that we haven't seen on tape before. But I think that just goes back to playing clean, disciplined football and just getting back to the basis of leverage, keys, eyes, everything when it comes to that aspect. Just getting back to the basics, but also like everything has to be physical. Like we have to play a physical game this week in order for us to put them in the dirt and dominate them and punish them.
Jeff Rotto, Cowbears on his side.
Craig, what's your impression of those two wide receivers at Stanford? The returning kid, Iomar Mayer, and then the freshman who had 13 receptions last week.
Yeah, I think they're both good players. I think number 13, he's definitely a bigger receiver, can be physical. He's a deep threat. And number 10, they kind of use him all over the field in different alignments, and they try to get him ball mostly anywhere. So I think we're going to have a number on them. I think that we're going to have to watch a lot of film study on, how they play and what they do, especially number 10, because obviously we're familiar with 13 playing them last year. So I think that with number 10, we'll definitely have to watch a lot of film study and kind of find out his tendencies and what he likes to do, and so we can get a good read on him when it comes Saturday.
I know this week is all about the big game, obviously, but a week from now, you're going to be closing your regular season career back home. And I'm wondering if you could have ever imagined that when you came to Cal, and what that's going to be like for you. But also, you and Miles Williams both going to be enjoying that experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful, man. When the schedule first came out this year and seeing that we were gonna end the season at SMU, it was amazing. I had just told all my family I'm gonna be having a whole bunch of people there supporting and stuff. It kind of feels like a homecoming in a sense. So that's a game that I just want to go out on the right way, get a win, but also just show out, man. Just make plays all over the field. I really want to remember that game, and I really want to put on a show for all my family and friends back home.
Are you and Miles buddies these days? And did you know each other before you got to Cal? I think you grew up about 19 miles apart or something.
Yeah, we were in the same district last year in high school. So we actually played each other in high school. We obviously beat them, and then we kind of got close. Yeah, we kind of got close because we had seen each other at a track meet in the spring, I believe, and he had watched me do backflips over the high jump bar and all that, and we just kind of been getting close ever since. But definitely freshman year was when we kind of grew the most. But ever since then, man, we've been brothers, and we locked in for life, man. He can count on me, I can count on him, and yeah, man, that's just a brother. That's just a brother that I'm gonna continue to grow with as life goes on.
And you guys have both talked about this game at SMU next week?
Oh yeah. We definitely on the same page, man. Everything I was telling you about it being a homecoming and stuff, he feels the same way. He gonna have a whole bunch of people coming out for him, and hopefully, man, we can just both go out, getting interceptions, making plays on the ball, and just showing everybody we still got that Texas football in us. Even though we out in Cali, we still got that Texas football in us.
All right, well, enjoy this weekend next. Thanks a lot, Craig.
Thank you.